Okay, this is Glenco 7.2. On this lesson, we will be solving and writing addition equations. So a term that you might see is going to be inverse operation. You might not have known the actual term for doing this, but you've been doing this before. All right, an inverse operation is a way to undo another operation. So this is where we use our opposites to solve the equations. So addition and subtraction undo each other. Or multiplication and division. Okay, just like with Lesson 1, we can check all of these answers to make sure that we're correct. Once we think we found the solution, we plug it back in to the equation and check in our calculators. All right, so we will start at the bottom of 526. Problem A is C plus 2 equals 5. So we look at this, and I know you guys can do this mentally, but when we look at this problem, we see that the operation is addition. So what is the opposite of addition that will undo it for us, Shelby? Subtraction. So here's what I want you to do, guys. I want you to please write this down exactly as I write it, because eventually the problems are not going to be easy enough to do in your head. And you need to have this practice on really easy problems for what to do, so that when the problems get bigger numbers, more numbers in an equation, you'll know what to do. So what we'll do is the opposite, which is subtract 2. And with an equation, what I do to one side of the equation, I must do to the other side. All right, so then it will cancel out those inverse operations. It leaves C by itself. 5 minus 2 is 3. So then I'm going to check my answer. If I put a 3 here, 3 plus 2 equals 5. My answer checks. And then I know I have it correct. Please try B and C on your own.
The stickers are you left the room with Miss Man. Okay.
On problem B, I notice my operation is addition. What is the opposite of addition? Subtraction. So I will subtract 5 to get x by itself, and what I do to one side of the equation, I must
Do the other.
So we'll do that to the other side. It cancels out. X is left by itself. 6 minus 5 is 1. Now I'm going to check. When I plug a 1 in here, 1 plus 5 does equal 6. My answer checks. All right. Now here, this looks a little different because the 3.5 is in front. But it doesn't matter if I swap up an addition problem. So I can still undo this because technically this is a positive 3.5, which is like plus 3.5. So I can still subtract 3.5 to undo because 3.5 minus 3.5 is 0, right? That's how all these are canceling out because they're going to equal 0. So then I'm going to subtract 3 5/10 from this side. Alright, so I got 9 and 25/100. I'm just going to check in a calculator. And it checks. Any questions on that? Alright, so let's see what else we can try. Alright, let's look at D. I'll read the problem to you and we'll write our equation and then solve it. Suppose Reuben had 147 5/10 minutes of the 245 5/10 that were downloaded. Write and solve an equation to find out how many minutes belong to Tariq. So the total amount is 245 5/10. So that will stand alone. Reuben's amount, which is 147 5/10, plus Tariq's amount, will give us their total amount of 245 5/10. So then it says to solve this equation, find out how many minutes belong to Tariq. So again here, if I want to undo this, I want T by itself. Since that's a positive 147 5/10, I'm going to subtract 147 5/10. What I do to one side, I must. So our answer is 98, and if I plug 98 back in, it will check. Okay, any questions?